What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Ranked and Relentless podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Austin.
And things are looking a little bit different right now. Yeah, I told you we front-loaded those first little over a month's worth of episodes. I moved, so this is my new space. This is all going to be a work in progress. I've got my flyleaf drum head. I got my 7 dust drum head that's being blinded by that light back there. I've got a little canvas that said the Broken Standard on it. That's us. There's a Tony Soprano picture up there. That's kind of fire. And then my set list from whenever I saw POD. So,
Solid.
Decent shit. I still got plenty of shit to put up here. I got my autograph Everclear poster I really need to get up there. Trap poster. That stand wherever the fuck it is.
Why?
Because it's trapped.
No. We could do that album.
Look, I know I moved to Alabama where like people here would really like Trapped, but like I saw them the one time, and the only reason I saw them, one, I love the supporting band. So they had 3 Pill Morning was one of the supporting bands. They're fucking awesome. Acidic, and then there was this local band who the singer wound up doing American Idol like later that year. But the reason I wanted to see Trap was because Travis Miguel from Atreyu was the guitar player for that year. So that was like, I'll go check that out. I like Travis Miguel. But yeah, I don't like talking too much about Trap, even though I still do absolutely love Who's Going Home With You Tonight. That is an absolute banger.
Yeah.
But no, we're not talking about Trap this week. This is exciting. We planned this one for a couple of weeks at our time now. We've also got another neat thing that we're going to do at the end of this episode to decide what next week's episode is going to be. So stay tuned for that. I'm pumped on that one. That was an Austin idea. But this week we're doing a Rob idea, and that idea is we are going to talk about The Poison from Bullet For My Valentine, but specifically as far as the track list goes, we're talking about the 20th anniversary edition of The Poison. Austin, you ever seen Bullet live before?
Man, again, no.
I haven't either. I didn't either.
Oh, all right.
But this is one of those bands that, like, I find that I know you're like me, and sometimes you love going on YouTube and just like, if you're just like doing something, like if you're stringing a guitar or something, like just put on a live concert, to get you through it. I look for Bullet. I feel like more often than anybody, like they have so much good, well-produced footage from all like the European festivals, like the Rock Am Ring and shit like that. And it's always just it's so enjoyable to me to watch like how they do the songs live, right? Because like these songs, the way they record them with like the layered vocals and sometimes like the dueling guitar solos and shit, it's a bitch. Like, just thinking about trying to play those songs is a bitch and a half. So it's really cool seeing how they put stuff together live. And you also notice whenever you watch their live footage that whoever's playing bass is doing some heavy fucking lifting on vocals.
Yeah, his screams are phenomenal live, and definitely, like, it's cool because they both sound the same in the record, but after watching so many live videos, you can definitely tell who's who. And he does a lot more screaming than you think.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's like and the bassist that was on this album is not the bassist that they have now. They replaced him a handful of years ago. But the new guy too, because like I love this bass player. Well, I'm trying to find his name right now. Jay James. I fucking loved him. He was not. I don't think he actually played on the record. I think he kind of came in after that. But he was so fucking good, and I loved his screams because like you do hear his screaming vocals on this album, and there's definitely a couple of songs on here that I have that he has some heavy influence on. But the guy they wound up replacing him with, I was worried because I was like, dude, Jay did some heavy fucking lifting, dude, and this dude they wound up bringing in does a great job. Like watch something like Waking the Demon live, he does most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like Matt will hit like the first word, and then the bass player does the rest of the verse up until the Waking the Demon pre-chorus.
I've always been curious, like, how Matt's still doing this.
I am too, because like I want to say he had like some kind of like throat problem, or like I don't know if he had vocal surgery or whatever it was, but I know he had something going on.
I don't recall this.
But there was something like there was a period of time where like he's fucked up because I mean it's like trying to sing and scream the way that he does, like
Yeah.
that hurts. That hurts a lot. And these dudes like something I appreciate about bands like Bullet, and a lot of those European rock bands for sure, is that they tour religiously. Like they stay on the fucking road, dude. I could never. I would never.
You got no life. I mean, oh, that's your life. That's all you do.
I guess I do that, just not in music anymore.
Yeah,
I guess I
right.
still.
Well, I mean,
Which,
you're also coming home at least 3 times, 4 times a week.
so
You're out.
I'm about to do the craziest shit, Austin. We're a sidebar real quick so I can talk about this. So there's another emo night show coming up where if anybody who watches this is familiar with my wrestling, you've probably seen myself and my regular broadcast partner, now roommate Carmen Michael, do a lot of emo night shows together with his homies band, which essentially used to be Carmen's band, who we will be talking about on this podcast sooner rather than later. But I'm they have a show coming up at the end of the month, last Saturday of June. And I have a show that I'm doing in Chattanooga that day for commentary. And the show is in Gadsden, Alabama, which is roughly 2 hours or so from Chattanooga. Hour 40 if I drive like me. So I'll leave. I'm going to get out of Chattanooga like the second the show wraps, which will probably be like between 10:15 and 10:30. I'm going to try to pack up my commentary shit as quick as I can and get in the car and head out. So I'm probably going to get to, thankfully, at least there's the time zone gimmick. I'm probably going to get to Gadsden at about midnight. So there's going to be an hour and a half left in the emo night set. So after doing commentary and probably yelling my fucking lungs out for 2 hours, I'm then going to get in my car, do more vocal warm-ups, and then go sing on stage for God knows how long.
Are you actually going to do warm-ups?
I've been doing them, dude. Carmen and Justin got me doing them.
All right.
When we did the first gig that I did with them, even though I didn't sing the first time, I just played guitar the first time, they had me do the vocal warm-ups with them in the car.
Good.
So I'm doing them now, and
It makes a difference.
I mean, have you seen the videos I've put up? Like, it does make a difference, dude.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Dude, I fucking nailed Crazy Bitch.
I mean, why that song? I hate that song.
That's Justin messaged Carmen and it was like, do you know the words for Crazy Bitch? And he was just like, no, but Rob probably does. And then Justin asked me at the venue, do you know the words for Crazy Bitch? And I go, yeah. So then I went up and did that. And dude, them 40-something-year-old single moms loved it.
Right. Like for that scene, it's a yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about the single moms here in North Alabama. I'm pumped on that.
Okay. They're there.
I saw a couple at Planet Fitness earlier. They look like nice ladies. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. We're playing a sidebar a handful of times, guys. Me and Austin haven't got to talk too much since I moved. But I moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Jasper, Alabama, which is essentially like, it's just like the town that me and Austin grew up in that he still lives in. It's exactly the same thing.
Welcome home. It's a different state.
Isn't it weird though that like we grew up in Walker, Louisiana. Jasper is in Walker County, Alabama.
You thought you escaped,
No.
just like I did when I moved to Gonzales when I first met my wife.
Yeah.
No, came back.
No. I did find Carmen showed me a grocery store up here. It's fucking John's. It's 100% just John's. And I go in and it's got like so much of the shit like we get at home, like that you'll go find it like LeBlanc's or Carter's, whatever the fuck it is now. But like all the like big easy Cajun food brands and shit like that. Remember the fucking like 5 for 20 deals that you could get over there? Do they do that here? I have a box of boudin balls in the freezer right now. What the fuck is up, dude? I couldn't find none of that without paying a ridiculous premium in Atlanta, dude.
Dude, I could have mailed you some, food if you needed.
I'm good now. I found out I got a lot of it now. Speaking of
Sunday,
you're gonna mail me a Sunday. Speaking of food, though, this album, The Poison, is food for the brain, dude. I remember this record coming out. in 2005. Oh my fuck, dude! You remember that truck I used to have, that Ford F-150?
Unfortunately,
Dude,
yes.
I got the deluxe version of this with the green album art. Dude, that motherfucker, I burned a hole in that CD. I like genuinely, whenever, being a teenager, first starting to really get into heavier bands, like before I like really started dipping in, because this is technically metalcore, but before I got into the like predominantly screaming stuff, like the Ask and Alexandrians and so on, like this was really like kind of like an intro to the intro in a lot of ways for me.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely say the same because I didn't know anything that fast.
Yeah.
It was all, I guess, just like more metalcore stuff like that. But this definitely shaped how I play guitar, even till this day, because of this album alone.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that a lot throughout this. I've got stories for songs on this. Like I'll tell you one straight up. The biggest song on the album, I won't say the name of it in case it comes up on either one of our lists later, but the biggest song on the album, I used to use. Do you remember when Jeff was our vocalist?
Oh yeah.
That's how I auditioned him.
Really?
I played that.
Song.
I played that and had him. I did the acoustic version, which is also on this album.
Yes.
But yeah, like that's how. Dude, this album's been there.
Right. Yeah.
I can think of like distinct moments just driving through Baton Rouge or whatever with this fucking thing blaring in my truck. Like, I love this album so much. Cannot even, like, I'm so glad that we're doing it. A couple things I do want to bring up. So obviously it was recorded October of 2004 into February of 2005 was the initial recording. Now there's a lot of B-sides. We're going to talk about those later. So like they recorded a lot. They didn't just go and do 10 songs and get the fuck. No, they recorded a lot of music. So that's fucking 4 months in the studio. You get some work done. That's even more than Chevelle. And we just talked about Chevelle's on the last episode. Like we were like, damn, dude, they spent 9 weeks in the studio. Holy fuck, these motherfuckers spent 4 months.
And I know Bullet, they stayed inside the studio, so they didn't leave. Like they.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they stayed at the studio.
I believe it, dude. And it came out 3rd of October 2005, so they had plenty of time to mix the ridiculous amount of songs that are on this fucking album. But yeah, dude, a lot of love and care was put into this, and it's very interesting. One thing that was also interesting, you have to talk about this without talking about the Poison. 2 years or a year earlier, it might have been the same year. They released, it was a couple of months before this comes out, an EP called Hand of Blood comes out.
Yes.
Which has songs that you do get on this record. 4 Words to Choke Upon, Cries in Vain, No Control, Just Another Star. Like a lot of these make it to either the base album or on the deluxe edition. Hand of Blood, for some fucking reason, doesn't. And that made no sense. Like, because it was such a massive fucking track, and it fits in so well, just like the rest of these do. But it didn't make the initial album. We are today talking about the 20th anniversary of the album, though, which
has it.
Hand of Blood rightfully, finally, after 20 fucking years, has made it to the Poison.
Because I think all we ever got with Hand of Blood, even at the time, was just a music video.
Yeah,
I don't remember it on any album or anything like that. Like
we had the music video, and then of course this probably lends itself to why he loves it so fucking much. It was in Need for Speed Most Wanted.
It was,
phenomenal. I mean, when you cruising in that fucking BMW, and you got a Hand of Blood blaring, dude.
You're no longer cruising.
No, you're drifting like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Right.
Another sidebar. I just finished Need for Speed Heat recently on the PS5, and it's cool because like throughout the game, like I did one of these missions and it was like a drift mission. And at the end of it, it was like, hey, I'm going to give you a car. Thank you for helping me with this, whatever the fuck. And it's the 350Z or 250Z from Need for Speed Underground 2. And so I'm in the 250Z. I do most of the campaign with the 250Z now. Cause I'm like, I can't remember if it's a 250 or a 350. I apologize to all the car fans. 350. I apologize. The Nissan. So I can't fuck that. The green Nissan from Underground 2.
Yeah.
I do pretty much the rest of the game in this car because I love it so much. And then magically I get to the very end and I've got to have like this big final like showdown with the head of the police or whatever the fuck. And he pops out of a shipping container in the fucking BMW from Most Wanted.
That's the sickest car any Need for Speed.
Oh, it's so good.
Simple BMW.
It's so good, dude. It's so iconic. It's so iconic that not only is it the focal car of Most Wanted, you open up Carbon in that car. The sequel, they've never done that before. Never. This motherfucker pops out a shipping container in the BMW, and I take him out in the 350Z. It was fire, dude.
It's good shit.
So this album's also good shit. The Poison that we're talking about.
It is.
Anything else as far as like the band or album? Anything else you want to talk about before we go into getting to putting this list together?
Nothing really, other than the fact that every single is too damn good. Like
Yeah, like so I'm looking at the ratings, and it's a mixed bag. Like there was some like Kerrang gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I'm looking for some of these, especially the ones that gave it great ratings I've never heard of. Sputnik Music gave it 3.5. Ultimate Guitar gave it 9.1 out of 10. Total Guitar gave it 5 stars. But then you got like punknews.org gave it like 1.5 stars.
Who's Punk News?
Who the fuck? All Music 3 stars, which I don't think is right either. Like,
yeah, it's hard when you look at ratings and stuff like that because it's different genres. Everybody has different opinions. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to.
Well, let me ask you this: is this your favorite Bullet album?
Hands down, yeah. Really, like honestly. So, what? It was probably after the third album. After this, I kind of fell off of Bullet for a while.
Mm-hmm. It was third,
and it was. But the Poison had I'm gonna say the Poison, but the deluxe album, since it has acoustic versions of great songs that's on here, and this is the one I always go to.
Yeah. I mean, so after this, for context, you get Scream, Aim, and Fire,
right?
Which a lot of fans are pumped on because like it really brought more of like a classic metal vibe to it. With with the title track, with Hearts Burst in the Fire is a fucking 80s hair metal ballad, dude. Waking the Demon, I think to this day probably their most beloved song amongst the fan base.
It's also on like every Guitar Hero, every rock band, like that one.
Yeah, and like Disappear, Take It Out on Me, like there's Forever and Always, there's bangers on this album. Then you have Fever that comes after that, which Fever was leaning more in the pop direction, but was still a heavy guitar driven album. Opening with Your Betrayal, we used to cover Your Betrayal.
God, we did.
And I could almost play that hammer on pull off intro that brother does. I could almost do it great. Fever, the title track, I loved. The Last Fight, I absolutely fucking love. A Place Where You Belong, as far as their ballads goes, that's probably my favorite. Bittersweet Memories is up there too. Alone has one of my favorite like tapping intros I've ever heard.
Yes.
Like this album is
so fun to do. Yeah,
dude. Like Fever and Scream and Fire, both really, really good. But then after that Temper comes out.
Yeah,
that one sucked. Then Venom comes out. Yeah. That one was dog shit. Yeah. Then Gravity came out. And I think I remember Gravity being decent. Yeah, yes. That one had Letting You Go, which is a good one. I actually just heard this the other day. It had a cover of Radioactive from Imagine Dragons.
I didn't know that was on the album. I thought
it was a deluxe edition bonus track.
Okay, nice.
But I didn't know they did that song. I just heard it in the car, I think while we were moving. That came on. I was like, what the fuck? This is fire.
Like Gravity, I guess that was a part. I was like, okay, they're still not they're crazy, but like it's all right. They're coming back.
Yeah, it's at least better.
It's good.
Then in 2021, they put out Self-Titled, which fucking rules ass.
I don't know if I actually listened to that.
Listen, so I won't give you my top 5. I'll save that for another day. Go listen to Knives.
Okay.
You will love Knives. Rainbow Veins, I think is like the only song on the album I don't care for. Knives, My Reverie, Parasite, like No Happy Ever After, like the whole front part of the album. But you start with Knives.
Okay.
You'll be like, bro, let's fucking go, dude. It's
All right.
I think to me, it's not so much like the Poison. I think it's more Scream Aim and Fire of like hey, we're Metallica now.
But even for me, still solid.
No, fucking great.
It's
It's fucking great. It's got regular
most of
demon.
us know that I'm a Metallica fan.
Huge Metallica fan.
I wouldn't. I mean, you'd have to call me out like that, but
Oh, it's big.
I like. All right, I love Metallica. I do. Just like Nickelback, I will rip on them 24/7. But you throw on a song, I am in it.
Dude.
I am screaming my heart out. I'm probably air drumming or I'm air guitaring.
So I got my vinyl set up over here, right? Like, I got an Aldi bag hiding them, but like I've got my crates with vinyls and then the vinyl record gimmick right there. I don't have any Nickelback vinyls. I think there's a.
That's okay.
I think I gotta get some. I think there's a record store in town. If not, I might have to drive to Birmingham. Like, dude, I'm looking at the phone earlier because I had to get the wife to cut my hair. I was like, fuck, well, like, where is Sports Clips, just in case? Birmingham. I got 40 fucking minutes. It's like, okay. Like, I never thought I'd live to see the day where the next closest, biggest city to me was Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah. I on commentary, this is the last sidebar and we'll get into the list. On commentary, I was working for this promotion based out of Birmingham, and we did a show at this theater called Work Play Theater. Gorgeous venue. They do concerts and shit there. Gorgeous fucking venue, dude. It was real narrow. It was almost like built like a shotgun house. It was wild, but it was awesome. Like, you could probably fit 400 people in there maybe for a rock show, something like that. And I, on commentary, was putting the venues like, oh, we want to thank our host for this evening, Work Play Theater. This is an absolutely gorgeous venue that we're in tonight. I didn't know there was anything cool in Birmingham at all. And then I just go right into calling the match. Like, I buried the fucking town. So I didn't know there was anything. I've been here all the time. Like,
God.
we ain't going to this fucking bar down the street doing shows. That's okay. Dude, I'm a fucking Chicago White Sox fan. Our AA team is in Birmingham. There's nothing good in Birmingham.
No.
I am going to go check some Barons games this year.
Alabama, anyways.
I am going to go check some Barons games this year. They're like $20 will get you right behind the fucking home plate.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
That's awesome. Anyway, so we're going to get into this list. I've been rambling, guys.
Yes.
Me and Austin, we're going to have to hang out for a little bit after this one because we haven't got to chat too much. We got on here to check our cameras the other day, and that's really it.
Right.
All right, so now to figure out how Riverside works, if you guys haven't noticed, we're not using StreamYard because I was going to pay for a new subscription, but I did not know that instead of being $20 a month, it's $45 a month now. Anybody, if you're a StreamYard exec and you're watching this, what in the fuck? Like, what in the fuck, dude? I was a loyal customer for a couple of years.
Yeah.
All right. I do like this format, though. I really like how this looks.
Yeah.
So, I am in red. Austin is in gray. So, who went first on the Chevelle episode?
I think
it was me because I think you went on Big Ol' Album, and then I went on Chevelle. So now you go again. Tell me what number, because I also don't know what my number 5 is. I have my list.
I haven't figured it out.
I have a list over here. There's 4 contenders for number 5.
Let's just start here.
Okay.
I'm a singles girly on this album.
Sure.
The album is great. There's not a single song on here that I can be like, that one didn't work. I just didn't feel like I've been through this album for the past 2 weeks now, and I cannot find a song that I hate. Even going through the acoustic, even going through, they have some live stuff. Don't hate it all.
It's a great album.
But my top 5. Sorry, my number 5.
We're both high.
Don't Fall.
Yeah, of course it fucking is.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, actually, with Tears Don't Fall. You ready for this? In 6th grade, I had a girlfriend. Not going to say any names here. She dedicated this song to us. Like, this was our song.
Oh, my God. That's a
You know how long it was? I think I was in ninth grade, 10th grade when I kept listening, and I finally like really paid attention to the lyrics and not just the video. I'm like, this song's about cheating.
yeah, that's a bad song.
What was that?
Dude, that's like all the dumb broads whenever Lips of an Angel came out. That's our song.
Right. We didn't last long, but
Dumbass
still, it was just
hoes.
like that realization, like, wait, hold the fuck up.
I don't know where my sticky notes are.
Dude,
I had them.
you're the one supposed to be prepared.
You know
This is
what? Here's the
your
thing.
show.
So here's the thing. We're gonna fucking wing it. I hope I remember what was on that list. So number 5 was down to 4 things.
Okay.
It was down to.
Oh, I forgot how many songs was on this album.
So we're doing the 20-year anniversary, and we're doing disc 1 and disc 2.
Yes.
So disc 3 we figured we would leave out because it's just their live at Brixton concert.
Yes.
But disc 1 and disc 2. So disc 1 is the whole record. Disc 2 has B-sides. It's between
Which are
like.
phenomenal just to listen to. It's kind of like their live on this one is like my live in Texas.
Yeah, it's really good.
Great.
I had the deluxe edition. I think it had like concert footage from the live at Brixton on the DVD. It was cool. So my 5 is between like Tears Don't Fall acoustic, The End. I think Just Another Star and No Control. I want to say. So I love Tears Don't Fall acoustic. Also really love The End.
Both phenomenal. Both phenomenal.
I think because Tears Don't Fall is being represented, and I am fine with that. Oh, dude, I'm so fucked up. I'm trying to click on the screen that's being shared, not the actual one.
Fucking
Jesus, dude, I'm used.
End is 5. Okay.
I'm used to it being on the screen.
Why is the end 5? Is that the whole like just keep your fucking ballads or?
No, like it's tough because like I personally like if I'm gonna pick a Tears Don't Fall, it's gonna be the acoustic.
Yeah.
I just love how he does it, and it's not 6.5 minutes for no good reason.
Hold on, dude. It's a journey.
I don't like how they redo the fucking. They do that too many times. That should have been done once.
I disagree. They could have done it more.
But see, that's why I love the acoustic. That's why I'm glad that they both exist on the same record. I do love that one. I love The End too. I think, I don't know. I think, like I said, like Tears Don't Fall is being represented. So like it's on the board. It was, I'm just treating your number 5 as my number 6, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You know, but I love the acoustic. I love the way he sings it. I love specifically the bridge, or not the bridge, the pre-chorus, where he typically screams in the regular version, and just the way the path I walks in the wrong direction. I love it so much.
It's always my favorite to when you get a singer like Matt that's very harsh, very high pitched at the same time, but his screams are God so good, and then comes out acoustic, beautiful voice. Like you already know he can sing. You have songs like The End, you know it's there, but just that's just my favorite. So, are we doing Snake Style?
Yeah, we're doing Snake Style. I was trying to remember what my number 4 was. I remembered. This was tough too.
Okay.
So 10 Years Today is definitely the rock song of the album. It was really like, I guess number 5 could have been Hit the Floor because it was also in contention. But Hit the Floor doesn't make my list. It was, dude, this, like you said, dude, like, I don't hate any of these songs.
No.
They're all so good all the time. So it's tough. Like 10 Years Today is just, it's fun.
It is. It is. It's
Fun
a great
song.
Yeah. All right. You ready for my 4? Mm-hmm. All These Things.
Do you love the singles, dude?
Dude, 100%.
They're good.
Yeah.
I love the video for All These Things. I hate.
Right. Dude, all their videos.
They're good.
The
Never had a bad video, probably until like Temper Temper. That one was stupid.
like All These Things, it's just
It's great.
he gets in that chorus and just and then just I feel his pain that he sings about in every single one of these. That is one thing I will say about this album. Every song has the same premise. It's sad. It's depressing.
My
Somebody
girlfriend
hurt
don't
me.
like me.
Yes. Everyone. And you know what? We're here for it.
Dude, we're emo little bitches, dude. Catch me at emo night. June 28th, I think it is.
Maybe you can get them to play my third
June
top
28th.
3, which is Suffocating Under the Words of Sorrow.
Suffocating Under Words of Sorrow is not a banger, dude. Another big one.
That guitar riff out of this whole, that is my favorite guitar. They're all the same. They kind of stay with their algorithm and everything, but the intro to Suffocating is just, and then the drums, the simple chokes. This was.
Oh, that's good shit.
Yeah.
Is that the appropriate name for that whenever they do the thing?
Yeah, the simple choke. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that's what I was just calling when you just like grab that son of a bitch. Like, I think that's literally. I think that's literally how I would describe it to you whenever I would be like, "Hey, Austin, before we go into the chorus, can you just grab that son of a bitch?" I think that's literally how I would.
There's probably other ones that people say, but no, that's how I've always known it. Simple chokes.
Okay, that's fire. Suffocating Under Words, great one. My number 3. I don't wanna feel my heart is racing. However it goes.
Oh, it's great.
I love this. So whenever I did at AWE, when we did that angle last December, whenever the Lost family beat the fuck out of me and everybody else in the hierarchy, I posted the pictures of like me getting punched and me getting slammed and everything, and I quoted Hand of Blood.
Yeah.
Is what I've done too much to take, or whatever the fuck the line was. Like, that's like, I posted that on there.
Solid.
It's a great track, dude. It sucks that we had to wait this long for it to finally be on the Poison.
Yeah. I'll fight anything.
No, like, and the reason I think this is actually important to point out why it matters. Because I know there's probably younger people watching this who are like, who gives a fuck, dude? Just go click on Spotify and listen to it. It wasn't that easy in 05. Like,
No.
And that Hand of Blood was just a limited run EP, I think. Like, you couldn't find it. Like, you could find The Poison at fucking Walmart. You weren't going to find Hand of Blood at Walmart. Like, it was a lot tougher to find, you know? So that made a difference. Like, for a lot of people, it was, and it wasn't getting radio play like Tears Don't Fall. Hand of Blood was not really getting played on the radio much at all. It wasn't until, like, you know, Octane satellite radio were, like, probably the places picking it up.
But even then, it was either you had to find them on YouTube if somebody posted them, because
YouTube didn't exist yet.
Or
YouTube came out in 07, I think.
Yeah, not during the Hand of Blood.
This was 05. Yeah, YouTube came out like 07 or something like that.
Had LimeWire.
You might give your computer gonorrhea. Yeah, you might give your computer gonorrhea looking for it. You'll see something that says Bullet For My Valentine featuring Avenged Sevenfold, featuring Korn, featuring Slipknot, and you're like, there's no way this is real. Guess what? It's not.
Yep.
It's computer aids.
Yep. We got Trojan.
So, number 2, that's one Trojan that did not prevent AIDS. My number 2, dude, this one, it took me a minute going back and forth on this 1 and 2. Because this, like, I feel like if you ask me next week, it might change.
Okay.
The first song I ever really fell in love with by this band, Cries in Vain.
Cries in Vain.
I love the way he sings that chorus, dude.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
That one probably should have made my top 5.
Damn, it's not on there.
It's not. But now I'm really thinking about it again. It's like, damn, yeah, that one was.
I love
but
the
I'm
intro.
glad it didn't, because I'm liking the fact that we don't have anything the same this time.
Yeah, so we're going to war on this one.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a tough episode. Going back to fucking 48-minute long episodes already. Yeah, dude, Cries in Vain. I love the guitar so much. I love the vocals. That chorus is so goddamn good and sticks in your head. It's a phenomenal song. I love Cries in Vain. What's your number 2, Austin?
My number 2 is The End.
Hell yeah. Okay, it's not gonna be as tough as I thought.
No, I needed that ballad, dude.
It's not gonna be as tough, considering I know what your number 1 is now.
Oh yeah. What is it?
You want me to go ahead and put it up there?
Yeah. Throw it up there. All right. Yeah, you're right. It's
great.
So, 2 things. Whenever I learned you can drop your guitar from standard to drop D and then the drop C, I learned a lot of System of a Down.
Yeah.
And then, out of listening to a lot of System of a Down, Linkin Park, a lot of Slipknot, haven't learned really how to play that at the time. The Hand of Blood music video comes up. And I was like, I need to learn this. Between that and then I discovered the end, because that's when I got the album. Got the end. That's, if you ever notice how the end is and how I've always done acoustic songs where I'm just hitting 2 open notes and I'll use 1 string, that the end is what sparked how I've played till this day. When I'm just messing around on my acoustic, or
that makes sense.
A really good chorus, clean. But Hand of Blood was the first, like, oh, this is real playing.
It's a great riff, dude. Like that riff, just infectious.
And then you got that wonderful bass player screaming Hand of Blood, better than Matt probably could have ever done,
so
even
good.
though they both scream the same.
Yeah.
But Hand of Blood.
It's great. It's great, dude. For me, number 1 had to be the deluxe edition, dude. My fist, your mouth, her scars.
Okay.
Dude, they've never played the song live, to my knowledge, because there's no fucking videos of it if they have. I don't know what they were doing on the Poison Ascendancy tour. I'm a little pissed off at them about that. Like, they start this world tour with Trivium, because they're both, Trivium was celebrating the 20th anniversary of Ascendancy, while Bullet celebrated the 20th anniversary of Poison. And Bullet just, like, they do like one leg of the tour, and they still had to go to like Asia or Europe, wherever they were going, and Bullet just drops off. They're like, oh, we got to go work on the new album. Motherfucker, no, you don't. We don't need new music from you right now. We just do what you were doing. This was better. But anyway, I don't know what the set list looks like, but if they're doing B-sides from this album, and if they did My Fist, Your Mouth, Her Scars, oh my God, dude.
Right.
I'd be pissed to not get to see that. I love it's kind of simple. The main riff plays through the majority of the song. Like it's a fucking Bullet riff. It's got some 7 and 8s in there. It's a fucking Bullet riff. But it's just like the way that it goes from this, that a lot of the Jay's doing a lot of backup screaming vocals on this as well. But the way it goes from the screams in the verse to the fucking just beautifully sung chorus from Matt. And now it's over.
And that's why I love the end so much, is because right after that first chorus, and it just goes, because it
starts building up. The end is here.
And then just soft. And then randomly.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love when bands do that.
No, it's fire.
Some don't do it good, but some do it very well.
The one that used to catch me off guard is it gets heavy for like a second in the second verse.
Yes.
Just for like a quick second, it starts chugging like a motherfucker. They're right back to the pretty clean guitar.
Screaming in returns, and then that's it.
Dude, it's so awesome. Yeah, the end is a fucking banger. So we've got 2 songs in common.
We do.
So
both are my 2 top favorite ones.
So that I don't forget these songs, let me just put them in 5 for now.
Okay. I mean, I got a list going too, just in case.
Hold on, what did I do? Okay, so
okay. Can I give you the top 3?
Hit me.
Cries in Vain, The End, and then Hand of Blood.
Why would Cries in Vain go in number 1 if it wasn't even on your list? That's not how it works, Austin.
I just love Cries in Vain.
We'll put it up there, but it can't be number 1.
Why?
Because it has to be Hand of Blood or The End. And I think it's going to be Hand of Blood.
I'm not going to argue with that part either, but I
think it's going to be Hand of Blood.
I'm looking at our okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue that.
So this will just stay here. Okay. So Cries in Vain, we will absolutely fucking don't have to tell me twice.
Okay.
I love it. All right, so now we've got.
All right, so we put Cries in Vain at 3. I want Suffocating Under Words for 4.
Okay, I won't argue that. So now, one second.
So I guess 5 would be between Tears Don't Fall and
Tears Don't Fall, 10 Years, All These Things I Hate, My Fist, Your Mouth, Her Scars. My Fist, Your Mouth, Her Scars.
Not quite the band. That's what
is it means a lot to me. It is a B-side though. So it's like if you look, if maybe you thought you picked up the 20th anniversary edition of the album, but you just got the regular one. You don't get the B-sides. What am I talking about? You've all got fucking Spotify. I put the link to the album in the description of this video.
Shut up and listen to it. What are you doing? It's difficult, like between these three, because you do have the classic "Tears Don't Fall." You have all these things I hate. Everybody knows these songs. If you have ever heard of anybody say "Bullet For My Valentine," I don't know any song by them. Play one of those two. They've heard it.
But on the flip side of that, if let's say you meet somebody who hasn't ever listened to Bullet,
Right.
what song from this record are you like just like to play it safe? Like, I think you'll like this one. Are you gonna tell them to go listen to?
Honestly, to kind of like break someone in, I would even do "The End" or "All These Things" for me.
So the end, I absolutely wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
The end, but dude, some people I'm gonna scare them fuck away.
Nah, dude. I mean,
That's intense.
Imagine
Imagine you're showing it to like a relative who doesn't listen to heavy music. But is curious.
You got the beautifulness of it, and then you break.
Yeah, but it scares them.
Things you got.
All those things I could. Tears Don't Fall, honestly, is what I would think. I mean, I think like that was a big introduction to the world anyway.
I don't know. Well, yeah, but like once he screams "Let's go" and everybody comes in, I think that's more scary than the end.
No, it's not. You're insane.
Okay. You know what? I don't think I am. But
It's ridiculous exchange.
But
you're insane. I don't think I am, but
out of these four, I would say we can take "Tears Don't Fall" down.
Take it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say between 10 years, all these things, and My Fist. But like, so that is one thing too. You could introduce My Fist to somebody and also have that cool, like, hey, you know, like, oh, what album is this? It's the deluxe. They didn't produce this on the album. It's a B-side, but this is how great this song is. All these things, I think, is just a good starter song. But then you have 10 years. Like, what do you think? Because this one's kind of difficult for me to just say, I think this one should be 5.
I just realized our torsos are cut off in this picture I made. I need to.
Oh,
I need to work on this background.
Podcast. Oh, look, I'll just do this.
I think it's probably All These Things I Hate. It fucks.
Yeah, it does, and like to me, it's if you want to introduce somebody to Bullet, that's a great song.
Yeah,
even if it's the most overplayed song on the album, thanks to radio, thanks to MTV back in the day, like all of it. But god dang it, whenever it's on, you're screaming.
As a 14-year-old little emo fuck that I was, dude, this motherfucker, this song like spoke to me.
But then you listen to a song like The End, and he's talking about your hair and then your lips.
Dude, that
scent is in my mouth and it doesn't leave. But you know,
the bed we fucked in,
the love is gone.
The same, but now the scent is fading.
And you're like, I feel this as a precocious little 12-year-old. Mm-hmm. I feel this song.
I fucked so much. I understand. But Austin, all these things I hate do revolve around May.
Yeah.
It really does revolve around May because that's when my lease is always up. So that's the month that I always have to move. Dude, this move sucked dick. I was I put 1,400 miles on my car going back and forth between Marietta and Jasper.
That's freaking wild.
That's nuts.
But hey, you're closer. I can definitely come over. We could do a live.
Yeah, I'm 5.5 hours from you now. Yeah. We're going to go watch Hoobastank in September. Oh. You got to come to that, dude.
Yeah.
You got to come to that.
I should be.
It's a Saturday, dude. Worst case scenario, drive up that morning and then go home the next day.
I drive up Friday night.
Yeah, drive up Friday after work. Fuck yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, drive up Friday after work. That's easy. Easy work, dude. Couch ain't too bad. I've taken a nap on it.
If Joe comes, we'll probably end up getting a hotel.
Hey, there's plenty of hotels around.
She's most likely going to want to come to this too. It's Hoobastank. I mean,
it's Hoobastank, dude.
Hoobastank. Everybody knows Hoobastank. Even though it might be only 2
not
songs.
Carmen's girlfriend. She don't
Yeah,
know who
but
was saying.
she's like 18 best.
I took.
She's young.
She's not. She's not that young. Okay, she is not that young.
I'm only joking.
She is
I
in
know.
her mid-20s.
She is. We're in our 30s, so anybody under 30 is like
Like I don't want.
young.
I don't want that message going out there.
You're right. We'll cut it.
Dude, I'm leaving it in, but
Love you, Carmen.
but yeah, dude. Like I was like, somebody's never been crawling in the dark looking for an answer, and it shows. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude. There's plenty of decent hotels out here, dude. There's like a nice little like I think like fucking Best Western something gimmick up the road. Like there's nice shit. But yeah, dude. So all these things I hate. Number 5, Suffocating Under Words of Sorrow. 4, Cries in Vain. 3, The End. 2, Hand of Blood. 1. I got one of mine at 3. You got 4 and 5. I think because I got the higher spot. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking banger ass list, dude.
This is. So I've been making not podcast. Jesus, we're already in a podcast.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
Making a YouTube music playlist where I put all of our top 5s in. Dude, I've been going through it. Like it's just fun because those are our favorite songs. Definitely, each one is my top 5. But
I'm gonna start linking those. I'm gonna start linking that playlist in the description of these.
All right, well, let me change it because I think I already have shows episodes already loaded.
No, I'll put it out with this episode.
Okay.
So it'll be, just don't upload past this one.
Yeah. Right.
So you can't upload it until the episode comes out on Monday. That's when you update that.
Will do.
But yeah, this is a hell of a good list. If you guys are just thinking about listening to Bullet for the first time, or maybe you haven't revisited Bullet since you were an angsty little fuck like we were, go check out the 20th anniversary of The Poison. Check out every single one of these songs. My Fist, Your Mouth, Her Scars, the most underrated song in Bullet's history.
It is.
And is the honorary number 6 of this list. But yeah, dude, this album fucking rules. Before we go, though, this has been fun. Something new. We have a bunch of albums that we've been talking about. We got a little listy, and Austin put all the names of these albums that we're considering in a jar. And we're going to pull, and we're going to find out right now together at 47 minutes into this son of a bitch what album we're covering next week.
All right. Pull from the jar.
All right, before you look at it, is there one that you want it to be?
100%.
What do you want it to be?
I want it to be Chocolate Starfish by Limp Bizkit.
I would like that too. Off of my list, give me The State by Nickelback. I want some butt rock in my life, dude. The State rules. I can't wait to talk about Worthy to Stay with you. All right, what do we get? Right. What do we get?
Let's see. Damn.
What?
I don't know if you can see it.
The State! Holy shit!
We got The State by Nickelback, sir.
Holy fuck, I rigged it.
Your album.
How did that happen? Dude, there's like 30 fucking albums there.
There actually is 30 exactly. Well, now 29 that we're in.
There's 30 albums there. How the fuck?
You pulled yours.
1 in 30 chance, I guess.
Yeah. We'll get a lottery ticket here and there.
No shit, dude. Oh, man. Do they even have fun shit like that in Alabama anymore? I got to go find out. I can't get Pornhub here. I found that out the hard way. Fucking sucks here, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this might be a drought county, dude. I haven't seen a liquor store anywhere. I don't know what's going on. I got to go ask about that.
I know they pretty much banned all Deltas.
Oh, yeah. You can't get dude, I got to get my drugs from Chattanooga exclusively now.
Damn.
So I'm not complaining. I'm there every fucking 2 weeks. I'm not complaining.
I did not believe you got your album. That is crazy,
dude. That's unfucking believable, dude. Because like the thing is like I would have been probably equally as pumped if we would have got Chocolate Starfish. Because like that'd be fun to talk about.
Stupid album.
It's just dude, that'd be fun to talk about, dude. I love Bizkit. That's a great fucking album. But yeah, The State by Nickelback. Big old butt rock episode coming up, guys. This was their album, their second album, put out before they put out Silver Side Up, which was their, I think, initial United States release. This was a Canada exclusive album at first.
My favorite album by hands down.
Is Silver Side Up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, dude. It's probably number 2 for me. The State is number 1.
I got a lot to research now because I don't think I've heard this album.
Dude, I can't wait to talk about Worthy to Say. With the fucking reggae beat in it. It's wild, dude. It's just talking about like fucking dudes growing dope and getting busted by the cops. It's weird, dude. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Ranked and Relentless. We are back next week with The State by Nickelback. I'm Rob.
I'm Austin.
And thanks for hanging out. Where's the stop button? There it is.